So we've got some questions from the fans. Natasha, what do you eat on a typical day? How do you start the day?
I always like to start the day with something sweet and fresh. I just like to acknowledge that sweet tooth because we all have one. I think the best way to start the day is with fruit, whether that be eaten straight or as a smoothie. Otherwise, I have a big juice or backups, cereal or oats.
What sort of cereals do you like to eat? Like,
I like Rice Bubbles, Cocoa Pops,
Yeah.
Nutri-Grain, and cornflakes mainly. Yeah.
so what do you have with that cereal?
With my cereal, my favourite non-dairy milk is oat milk.
Yeah.
It's a nice flavour, and I always top my cereal with raw sugar.
Raw sugar. So you don't do dairy? You're a vegan?
No, I don't do dairy.
So are you vegan or?
Yes, I'm vegan.
How long have you been vegan for?
For 2 years now.
Nice. And so how many grams would you have in that bowl of Rice Bubbles? I'm trying to visualise it. Like, is it a little small bowl or is it?
No, I have a big bowl. It's always filled right to the brim.
Yeah.
It's almost pouring over.
So probably a couple of 100 grams of Rice Bubbles in
it's
there?
probably a few hundred grams.
Yeah.
A 650 gram box of cereal only lasted me about 4 meals.
Yeah, full milk. Okay, that's good. So you're carving the fuck up.
Yeah.
How much sugar do you put in? A few tablespoons, teaspoons, pour it on it all? Just make it nice and sweet.
Yeah, it's usually a few tablespoons. Otherwise, I just pour the bag so it's got a nice layer on top.
Little frosted flakes.
Frosted flakes, yeah.
Frosted Rice Bubbles. And what about, do you find with how does that sustain you at all? Can you work good on that? Or like, does it leave you hungry an hour later? Or is it let you go pretty good all day?
Yeah, I find cereal to be quite filling, especially with the sweet stuff added on top.
Yes.
It keeps me going for a few hours, and I just think it gives that boost for your energy and your thoughts and
mood.
And your mood, definitely.
What happens if you don't eat enough carbohydrate for you? I get cranky and sort of like impatient and bored. What happens to you?
Yep, I get cranky and my mind just fogs up and I can't think straight. I get frustrated. Yeah, that's mainly.
Yes, I guess like everyone.
Yeah, everybody.
You ever get hangry?
Yes, I get hangry.
And hangry, because like, what's hangry mean? Hangry is like angry when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry, angry.
Hangry.
Very good. So, fruit's your preference for breakfast. If you can't get that, you'll have some cereal. Make it sort of sweet and juicy. And then let's move on to lunch. What sort of lunch do you like to have? More fruit or rice, or depends on the weather, or?